Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the Honesty Podcast again. We're going to talk about learning by doing today. And I have my good friend Balve with me. We're both in the same type of business. We're both in the same type of areas currently, but he has a way longer history than me. So he's gonna have to introduce himself pretty well in this time. This is our third take, so I'm gonna be really honest with you. And yeah, as I said, learning by doing. Balve, I would love to for you to introduce yourself and talk a little about yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Like you said, it's round three for us, isn't
yeah.
it, Renor? So hopefully we'll get this one
Hopefully,
right. Yeah. So my name is Balve. For the last maybe 10, 11, 12 years, I've been working as a presenter. So my previous experiences, I'm ex-BBC, so I'm BBC trained. I've done some stuff for Formula One, which I love doing. But most of the work I do now is in the corporate space. Before my presenting career, I worked in hospitality, and in my corporate sort of presenting career, when I'm talking to these C-suite executive leaders, for the last maybe 18, 24 months, there's this thing keep popping up, and this thing called AI. It just keeps popping up, keeps popping up. And then about 9 months ago, 10 months ago, I decided to marry those two together. So
nice.
hospitality and AI, we put them together, and that's how Purple Square AI is born. So I'm the founder of Purple Square AI. We help hospitality properties to get rid of the mundane and boring questions that guests have. So we've built a system that sorts all that stuff out. So that's
Nice.
the sort of stage I am at the moment. Still presenting, still working on the business. So doing a bit of both. I know, Rino, you're in the AI space as well. So it's so cool to get to know and to speak to people like yourself.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. I think we're both in the same scenario currently, working on the different stuff again and working on our AI ventures. So yeah, it's always nice to talk to you, man. Yeah, so
Yeah,
today, very nice topic. I believe we both can relate on this topic because, like, learning is like currently, especially currently in the state of the world, you have to be learning all the time because you're gonna be left out. So, yeah, how to become an expert in different areas of life by doing the work. So, this is the main question we wanna answer today with this little or like very quick podcast that we gonna record. So, yeah, what is your experience on this topic when it's about learning by doing.
yeah. It's definitely a good topic. I remember when you messaged me that this is what we're going to talk about. All the memories and all the sort of networks started firing in my brain. I was like, and I'm a learner by doing. Some people can read a book and they'll absorb it and they'll learn it. Some
Yes.
people learn visually, but like you, I learn by doing. So people can tell me till they're blue in the face how to do it, but unless I play around with myself and fail by myself, and I think that's super important. Failing by myself and learning how I failed,
Mm.
I think I pick it up. I pick things a lot easier and a lot quicker
Mhm.
in terms of definitely my presenting career. And like you mentioned, we're in the AI space. It's improving rapidly,
Mhm.
so much. It's probably improved 10 times since we started this conversation. That's how that's how quick it's moving, right?
Yeah.
So keeping on top of it is it's definitely one of the things I struggle with 100%, but you can't know everything. It's tough to learn
Mhm.
and know everything, especially with AI is moving so quickly. So yeah, 100%. I learn more by doing rather than people telling me, or like a visual learner.
For sure. For sure. 100%. So as you just mentioned before the writing, do you think like because in my case when I try to learn something I love to take notes and I always love to give everything, in like a structured way, all the information. But these notes really don't help me in the future. Then I just want to have it somewhere down. I don't want to have it to in my mind always. But do you think like writing is a crucial step when it comes to learning by doing?
I think, yeah, in a way, yes, I do, yeah, because I think that there's a statistic where
Hmm.
the more information you retain, if you write it down, the chances of that improves vastly
Hmm.
in terms of, yeah, learning how to retain that information. I think, yeah, writing is super important.
Hmm.
I always use flowcharts. So I
Nice.
have a sort of whiteboard on my computer, as it were. So it's called Miro, which I absolutely
Cool.
love. So you can sort of do spider diagrams and learn how things are associated with other things, and
Absolutely.
that's how my mind works. I
Hmm.
don't know if it's anyone listening that's how they work, or even you, and like how do you sort of link things together and memorize stuff?
Absolutely. So I think I do something similar. I like to use Notion. Like nowadays, everything is digital.
Yes,
So on Notion,
love Notion,
yeah, I have
love Notion.
it's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Such a cool tool because you can do like so deep dive like pages there. You just topic after topic, and then you have like your structure. So I
yeah.
think it's the same similar system there with you connecting the dots with your diagrams and
Yeah,
flowchart.
I use Notion so much that my family and friends think I work for them. I absolutely maybe they should sponsor me or pay
May-
me, because I promote them so I promote them so, like, it's ridiculous
Maybe,
how
yeah.
much. If it wasn't for Notion, my life would be an absolute mess.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie. If it weren't for my calendar and my Notion
for sure.
pages,
For sure.
I'll be a mess,
No,
absolute mess.
it
So
is true,
whoever
absolutely.
created it, thank you so much, man. Like it's made my life so much easier.
For sure, 100%. So do you think, looking back at the last 12 months or more than a year, as you mentioned 9 months ago, you started with the AI stuff. Do you think everything is connected when it comes to this kind of stuff, like learning AI, implementing the learning? Like, is this connected by doing it? Like, if you say, okay, I want to learn automation, should you go watch YouTube videos or should you just start up N8N and then create it?
Yeah, I think with YouTube, I believe, and this might cause some controversy. I believe you can learn anything. If you have access to YouTube,
Yes.
you can learn anything. From not even AI, from learning how to change a tire on a car, YouTube's your friend. Learning how to put a shelf in your bedroom, YouTube's your friend.
Hmm.
Learning quantum physics. I bet you, and I haven't checked this, I bet you there's a 10, 12-hour course on YouTube about quantum physics.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put money on it, even though I haven't checked. So
Yeah.
there's no excuse in this day and age in 2025 not to know how to learn to do something.
Hmm.
Again, might be triggering for some people,
Yeah.
but YouTube is a great place to start. So what I do is I watch the whole video through, and then I go back to the beginning, and then I stop and pause it and do the
Cool.
bit that they said to do.
Hmm.
That's what I do, just because it helps reinforce
Got
what
it.
I'm learning. So I'm at the moment learning how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Nice.
So what I've done is I've watched the whole video, and then I've gone back to the first bit. Right, this is what I need to do for the first bit, and for the second bit I need to do this bit, third bit, so on and so
Nice.
forth. So YouTube is such a great place to start, and it's such a underutilized resource.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people who just use it to watch cat videos, which is great. Everyone loves a cat falling over video, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
It's such a great place to learn
Hmm.
and have a really good foundation. I think the foundation of learning is super important, because, like a house, if you don't have a good foundation, everything else will just fall apart. So you
Absolutely.
need to have a really good foundation when you are learning, and learning by doing as well. So yeah, 100%. I think YouTube it's definitely an
Sure.
underutilized resource in
Yeah.
that sense.
If we look at from a different perspective, like into this topic now, and we check, okay, we have all the information we need everywhere where we look at, like online, everything. Why do you think people still struggle with, learning new stuff or getting into new fields or like feel this type of I'm so stuck and everything if the information is there?
Do you think, I'm going to throw this back to you? You might not like it, but I'm going to throw this back to you. Do you think we have too much information?
No, too much is yeah. This is a wrong statement. You're right. Or not a wrong, but I think it's you can phrase it differently. You can say
Mm,
we have enough information out there for you to change your situation or get yourself more knowledge. So it's enough information. So it's not like you can't find anything. I think you can find
yeah,
anything. As you said, you can
yeah.
find anything. So in this case, you're a very perfect foundation there. You have everything in front of you. But why do people still find themselves stuck or not getting ahead or yeah?
I've always, especially with AI, and especially in the last 9 months, I've learned something. and then once I've learnt it, it's already out of date. And it's so frustrating
Mm-hmm.
because it moves so quickly. So now in the back of my mind, when I'm learning something new, I'm thinking, is this up to date?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
I had it at university, so I was quite lucky in my third year university. I was already working for the BBC,
Mm.
so I was working for the BBC in the morning and then going to my lectures and going to my seminars in the afternoon at university. And it got to a point where in the afternoon, the lecturer was asking me when they were doing the slides, like, is this still current? And some of the times, like, no, they actually do this now.
Oh wow.
And it was, yeah, it was, you know, it got to the point where their slides and the lecturer's slides were out of date
Wow.
because they're lecturers, right? They're in the education space. They weren't in the trenches like I was, you know, working in the industry. So that always worries me when I'm
Yeah.
learning something new.
Ah.
Is this the most up to date? Is this the newest information?
No, I get that.
I don't mind putting in the hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem. I can put in the hours. That's not an issue for me. But am I going down the right path?
Mm.
Is that is
Do you think this is
a
the
big
general
worry for me.
problem?
For me, yeah, if I'm speaking for myself, I think that is a general problem.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather go in the right direction slowly than the wrong direction fast.
Yeah.
So I'd much rather it take a bit longer, but if I'm learning the right thing. So yeah, maybe there is. I maybe have to disagree with you. I think there is too much information,
Oh well.
and getting the right information is key. And also another
Yeah.
thing, where's that information come from?
Mm.
What's the
Yeah,
source?
this is key.
That's
Absolutely.
so
Sourcing is yeah.
if you're yeah, if you're telling me, Renault, like the sky's purple, okay, that's great. But why do you think the sky's purple?
Mhm.
Why where's that information come from, right?
Trust me, bro.
So it's yeah, that's the source, right?
Yeah.
Just trust me, but yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, of course, the sky is purple.
Yeah.
Why is it? Oh, Renault said it's purple, so it's got to be purple.
This is the source.
Yeah, it's the source. Yeah. So where's it come from? Is it
Yeah.
coming from some dickhead on the internet, or
Mhm.
is it coming from an educated,
Mhm.
20 years in the space professional?
Mhm.
I know
For
who
sure.
I'd rather take who I'd rather take information from. So, yeah, I think those are all key things
Yeah, I get your
when
point.
I'm learning stuff.
But if you look at it from the perspective of the listener now, like the guy that or like the person that is sitting in the room and feel like, what should I do? Where should I go? Like, and then they have their clarity in, and they build out their goals, they build out their way. How should they focus on one thing if so much new stuff comes? Let's say somebody wants to
Yeah.
learn trading, and it's information about trading is everywhere in online, and now
Mhm.
how should you stay on the same topic if, as you said, and it's I think I'm the same, I have the same feeling about it, that it's too much, but how should a person then stay like focused?
It's a difficult one, right? It is a difficult one. It's just because, excuse me,
Hmm.
you have so many distractions. You
Yeah.
have the world, especially running a business like we do. Like you have you pulling yourselves. You'll be getting pulled by a million different ways, and everyone wants a piece of your time, and you
Mm.
want to give your time, but it's not possible. So environment, I think, is a big thing. So making sure that there is no distractions, phones on do not disturb, being in a quiet, relaxing environment where there's no outside noises. When there's drills going outside in the road, make sure there's none of that.
Mm.
There's inside the house as well, making sure it's a quiet,
Yes.
calm, relaxing environment.
Hmm.
And the other thing that I do as a trick for my mind is I'm just going to spend 5 minutes on it. And what I found is once I start spending 5 minutes on it, then I can go for half hour, an hour, 90 minutes, whatever it might be. I just say, let me just do this for 5 minutes.
Nice.
And then more often than not, I do it for a lot longer. And another trick that I use is if I'm procrastinating, if I don't want to clean my bedroom, for example, and that's top of my to-do list, I will I'll get myself bored. What I mean by that is I will just sit on the sofa. So no music, not on my phone, the TV's not on, nothing.
Yeah.
And more often than not, I get so bored that I need to go and tidy my room.
Nice.
So those are the sort of things that I do, and I know it might be difficult to do that,
Mm-hmm.
but just taking that first step, just doing that first 5 minutes, and it's only 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Out of 24 hours, that's nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
So the first 5 minutes is so important, and
That's a
taking the
very
first step.
interesting take. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's like climbing a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think about climbing the mountain. All you think about is taking that first step.
Nice. It's
That's
the same.
all you got to do.
Absolutely. Like you can get the same strategy on everything you do. I think when I think
100%.
about
Yeah,
stuff that I procrastinate or like that I don't really, enjoy, it's like, okay, let's just do it. Let's do a timer of 5 minutes, then just do it for five
yeah,
minutes. If the timer is gone, I'm still gonna be doing it because I already started. So a very good
exactly.
point,
Yeah,
especially with the
and
boring. Yeah.
yeah, and setting deadlines is another big
Yeah.
thing. So
Mm,
going back to cleaning your bedroom. So
yes.
Reno, if I tell you you've got 3 months, right? You've got 3 months to clean your bedroom. When will you do it? You'll do it right on the last day of those 3 months.
Hmm.
But then if I tell you, Reno, you've got an hour to clean your bedroom, same thing, but you set a deadline to it.
You're gonna be
An
running.
hour or 3 months, you're gonna do it. Yeah,
I
exactly.
think
Yeah.
Elon
So
Musk said that. Elon Musk said that about the
yeah,
time.
did he? Okay.
I
Oh, he
think.
stole it from me. How
Yeah.
dare he? How
Yeah. Coming back to the topic, if we talk about learning by doing, I think a Harvard study, as I have it here in front of me, said that many students think that if they listen to the lectures, as you mentioned before, they learn more. But
Mm,
it came out that twice as much when they actually do the work themselves, like they learn it twice as much or twice as better than learning by
yeah.
themselves, doing it by themselves. So this, in my opinion, this just really shows how good it is or how optimized working is if you or like learning is if you do it by yourself. So I think anything you watch on I mean we're both with Callum, so we both have connections with Callum, and he always talks about the skill. So how should you learn a skill? How should you monetize and everything? I think the first step is really learning a skill and like being an expert in it. And to become an expert, you have to really do the skill, like do the work for that skill. So the moment you start, I believe, thinking of stuff that you want to learn or a skill that you want to learn, the next step is just planning out how you're going to do it daily. Like, what is the daily actions you're going to take?
Yeah.
And then when you start planning it out and then doing these daily tasks, you're going to procrastinate. You're going to start being, like moving it out, don't want to do it. And this is then when stuff like, as you talked about comes in. Okay, you just make yourself boring. Like, just sit on the couch, don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Then you're going to do it. Or make it for 5 minutes, this daily task that you have to do because you plan it out. And then you're going to do it. I believe if you connect the dots here, like try to learn by doing, then plan out how you're gonna learn it. And if you start struggling, you're just gonna take the information you just gave about the 5 minutes or the boring stuff, and then find your way
Yeah.
to really, yeah. And then consistency. I don't know if you
Yeah.
said 12 years. You're 12 years into business of presenting. Maybe let's elaborate a little bit on that. Like how could you stand so consistently in the same
Yeah.
field or
I'm um I'm I never give up,
yeah.
which is a good thing and a bad thing. If I set my mind on something,
Mm,
it's going to happen.
mm,
Whether it takes a month or 12 years, it's going to happen. If
nice.
I genuinely believe, and this is going to sound really big-headed and really egotistical of me,
Mm,
I believe if I wanted to become the president of the United States or prime minister of the UK, I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, believe that could happen.
nice.
It doesn't matter that I don't care about. I don't give a shit about politics.
Hmm.
Don't even care about it. Don't even watch the news. It doesn't matter for the president of the United States. You have to be born in the US. I wasn't born in the US. None of that things will matter. I genuinely believe if I can do something, I will do it. And
Crazy.
consistency is key. You can't lose if you never give up.
Mm,
Like you cannot lose if you never give up. There's no way that you can fail
hmm, hmm.
if you never give up. You have to pivot. You maybe have to change
Yes.
course, but the goal always stays the same. The journey might change,
Nice.
might go up and down, big up and a big low.
Let's
But the
elaborate a little
but
bit
the
on that, like about the goal.
yeah
How do you set your goals, or how is your structure there? Because I talk a lot in this podcast about goals and setting.
yeah. I think with goals and goal setting, I I review them quite a lot. So at the beginning of the year, 31st of December or the 1st of January, I
Nice.
set my goal for the next 12 months, what I want to achieve, and then I reverse engineer it. So if I want to, so my goal at the moment in 5 years' time, with Purple Square AI and the presenting stuff, is to be sitting on a beach in the Caribbean on a hammock. I can hear the waves crashing. I've got a cocktail, a mojito, in my hand. I'm with my girlfriend,
Nice.
and we're enjoying life. We're loving life. That's very descriptive,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm putting so much detail into my vision,
Mm.
down to what cocktail I'm holding. I can even see the bead of water going down the glass, like because it's so
Mm.
hot. That's the sort of detail I go into. That's my
Nice.
sort of my goal. That's my goal, right? So what do I need to do to make that happen? So I reverse engineer it. Where do I need to be? So that's in 5 years. Where do I need to be in 4 years? Where do I need to be in 3 years? Where do I need to be in 2 years?
Nice.
Where do I need to be next year? Once that's broken down, okay, let's go down to monthly. Once that's broken down, let's go down into weekly. Bingo, perfect. Right, what do I need to do today
Cool.
to hit that? Five years is ages away.
Cool.
That's, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about what can I do today, right?
Nice.
It's like building a wall. It's like building a wall in a house. Building a wall is too hard. Okay, nobody can do that. That's too difficult. But what you can do is put a brick down
Nice.
as perfectly as you can, making sure the brick is not chipped. It's the perfect grip, perfect brick. You're putting the right cement in, it's the right mixture, placing it down perfectly. There's no, it's not squiggled, it's straight,
Mm.
it's plumb. And then you do that, perfect. Next day, you do the same thing. And if you keep doing that day by day, week by week, month by month, soon you'll have this incredible wall, right? And that's
True.
how I look at it. And I love to take credit for that. That was a Will Smith
Nice.
sort of speech that I heard a couple of years ago. So
Cool. Very
I'm not
cool.
taking credit for that, but I'm on a so credit that to him. So
Nice.
that's what I do. And sometimes when you place a brick down, there might be a couple of chips in it. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. As long as
The whole.
tomorrow you try, yeah, exactly. As long as tomorrow you try your best,
Mm-hmm.
the sun will always rise the next day. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what you do today, the sun will always rise.
So
So
true.
making sure that when you're putting that brick down, it's as perfect as it can be. It doesn't have to be 100%. Maybe today is 80%, tomorrow is 10%. The next day after that could be 100%. So
Mm.
it ebbs and flows all the time. So
Very nice said.
that's what I try and do. It doesn't happen every day,
Mm-hmm.
but that's all you can do. And
100%.
my family taught me that. Just try your hardest. No one can say anything. I used to play a lot of sport when I was younger. As long as you try your hardest and leave everything on the football, or for the American viewers, soccer
Mm-hmm.
pitch. I used to play a lot of football and soccer.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you try your hardest, nobody can say shit to you.
Yeah.
So that's what I try and do.
Very true. No, I like the way you put it, and really the structure you do your goals at is like nearly the same as mine. I just
Mm,
do put in quarterly too because I want to be a little bit flexible
okay.
inside the year.
What's your where do you want to be in 5 years? I mean, I'm curious.
Yeah, 5 years I want to be on the Forbes 30 under 30. This is my
Oh,
like a
I love that.
yeah, this is
Love that.
cool. So 5 years will be very nice, and I think no, it won't be nice. It will be nice because I'm gonna be there. But the
Language, you've just done that.
yeah,
Language is so important, how you
absolutely
talk to
true,
yourself.
absolutely
And you
true.
just did it yourself. That's so cool. I love that.
100%. Yeah, but the moment you started talking about wood and whatever, it's gonna be only a dream. But the moment you say
Mm,
it's gonna be a goal, it's gonna happen. So, and I love the way you said it about imagine really the details. So it's not
yeah,
just
yeah.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm really, imagine it. The article. I'm reading it down the article in front of my eyes. Like it's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
written down. So I think when you go this deep on the details, things are gonna become very easy for you to then learn a skill, because this is just
Mm,
a brick that you're going to lay. This skill that you're going to learn by doing is going to be a brick that you have to lay to get to that goal. So at the end of the
mm.
day, if you look into this very fundamentally, without a goal, there won't be any learning. Without a goal, there won't be any moving. So I think I need to change the name of this podcast, like goal setting podcast or something, because I talk a lot. I talk so much about goals, talk so much
Yeah.
about, structuring this, like as you said, re-engineering it or like back engineering. So yeah, do you think like I'm very big on goals. So do you think setting up the goals is the number one priority for a young guy nowadays or for a young person, or should it
Uh,
be? It's like not a big priority.
I think yes, yeah. I was trying to think of a way I can articulate it. Yes, 100%. The reason being is it can be your north star, so you know where you're going. I think that's super important. Like I said before, the goal should never ever change. The journey, 100%.
Yes,
Yes, you might have to pivot. Something might come up.
true.
Family, friends. Something might happen to them. These are stuff you can't control. So control the controllables. You can control your work ethic.
Nice.
You can control how hard you work. You can control what you do in your day. You can control how kind you are. I think kindness is a super important. You can control how you spend your time. These are all things you control, and everything else is external. There's a thing that I have called fault versus responsibility. It's not your fault something happens, but it is your responsibility on how you react to it. So the example for me is when the pandemic and COVID happened, I lost my job with the BBC. So COVID and the pandemic wasn't my fault. That wasn't my fault. But it was my responsibility to find more work, to upskill myself, to listen to podcasts, to go on YouTube, to learn new skills. That was my responsibility. And you never hear me play the victim at all. You'll never hear me say, "Oh, it's Reno's fault that I'm failing." Reno, how dare you? It's I'm failing because of you. It's always first thing is myself. What could I done better? So I think that's key for me anyway.
Perfect. Absolutely. No, I think you put it so perfectly, and I believe right now in this current conversation, I believe we found a point where we just really talked about anything from fundamentally to like really the getting to it, getting to that goal, getting to that. So if we just go back on quickly on this quick conversation we have right here, so the listener really has something very summarized. We talked about learning by doing, because this is, I think, the best way, in my opinion, on
Yep.
to learn stuff. And
Yep.
then we get to the struggle that you're gonna have by procrastinating, getting lazy, whatever. And then to get off to that, like get away from that struggling of procrastinating, you have to get that goal, that North Star that the way you called
Yeah,
it.
no, so yeah, and that struggle will happen
Uh-huh.
whether you like it or not. That struggle will happen, so be prepared for it.
Absolutely.
Just as much the sky is, the sun is yellow, you will struggle and you will fail. So
So
get used to it.
the
It's as simple as
solution
that.
to that struggle, I believe, and I think you are in the same page as mine,
Yeah.
is that you have the North Star, you look at it,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then by thinking of your North Star, you say to yourself, all right, I have to do it now. I'm gonna reach it. So if I want to reach it, I have to do it now. So I believe procrastination is so easy to just get away from by just having that goal set, and then talking yourself into it by saying it the right way. I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be
Yeah.
mine. It's gonna do.
And another question I ask myself is what I'm about to do getting me closer or further away from my goal?
Nice question.
So if I want a six pack, for example, is me eating donuts, which I love. So if anybody wants to send me donuts, please do. But I absolutely love donuts. So is eat this donut going to get me closer or further away from having a six pack?
100%.
Probably it's going to get me further away. So should I have this donut? Sometimes I have it anyway because I'm human. But
Yeah.
most of the times I try and not have this donut. So is it going to get me closer or further away from my goal? Is another question.
Nice.
When anything you do, waking up early, even the smallest things,
Yeah.
is waking up early. I'm talking like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, going to get me closer or further away from my goal?
True.
And only you can answer that, right?
Absolutely.
If I go out and get absolutely smashed tonight, drink all the vodkas, all that sort of stuff, is that going to get me closer or further away from my goal? and only you can answer that, right? So that's a good question to set yourself and make sure you're always aligned with that North Star.
True. True. No, absolutely. Yeah, perfect. I think this is a beautifully summarized conversation about learning by doing, and not just learning by doing, but how you can really fight that, procrastination. If you're trying to, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to do it. So you have to, if you want to learn something, you have to do it. So if you struggle with doing it, this is like the solution to it. Having that North Star,
Yeah.
having that. And a lot of time people talk about the why, but I believe the goal itself can be the why. Why do you want to do that? Well, I have to, reach that goal. So this is my why. Yeah. No, I think yeah, lovely. Thank you very much, Bal, for being here. Even though it's pretty quick, but I believe it's quicker is sometimes even better, because we get into like this struggle of the spiral down, where it just go deeper and deeper. But I think we really generally put everything in one place, and for the listener to take something away from it. I thank you very much for being with me in this conversation here today. And yeah, everybody go listen to the last few episodes, all in English. All the ones are in German, so maybe don't know it. But yeah, everything else, you can find Balve's socials down below, as well as this company's website to check him out. And yeah, Balve, thank you very much, brother, for this talk today.
I appreciate having me, man. Like you said at the beginning, we're both on a similar sort of path, and I can only see good things with you, man. Like, you're doing all the right stuff, you're saying all the right things, and yeah, excited for your journey, man. You're gonna absolutely smash it. So yeah, appreciate you having me on. Grateful, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Absolutely true, 100%. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see us or hear us next time.